All right, y'all give me a minute. We'll get started here. Give me a second. Let me get this on, share it out to some places. Share it out to some places. We're going to get started here in just a second. I'm just sharing this out to a few places on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So we get our audience right. Now let's start our recording and we'll get started. All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Calvin Butler, and as you all know, I am the CEO of the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. And last year, around last October, we launched RBBS Corporate Consulting for freight brokerage startups. Now, since that time, we have made some huge advances in our new company in doing freight broker management for freight brokerage firms. Currently, we are the only company, the only freight broker management firm in the country in this industry. Now, there are a lot of places that is doing freight broker training, things of that nature, but no one has started doing freight broker management except our firm. And we currently have 2 freight brokerage firms under contract right now, and we have 5 more freight broker firms who will due to contract with us by this summer. That means that we have a lot of career opportunities available, and we have a lot of business opportunities available. And that's what I'm here to talk about, those 2 sets of opportunities that we have available within our structure of RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. Now, first of all, what's the difference between a career opportunity and a business opportunity? A career opportunity is just what it is. It's a job. Okay, if you want a job, we have positions available that will put you on a legitimate path to 7 figures a year. And I'm going to show you the numbers here today also too. So we're going to be doing a lot of work on the calculator because I want to show you all what the numbers are and how you're going to reach those 7 figures per year with the job offers that we have. We have career business opportunities. A business opportunity requires some type of skin in the game. And usually with a business opportunity, it gives you a much broader and further reach when it comes to your income earning potential. And both of these opportunities are connected with this new type of freight broker management firm that we have put together. So we're going to go over both. We're going to go over our career opportunities that we're offering, which is basically a job. And we're going to go over our business opportunities that we're offering, which requires you to have skin in the game, which requires some type of investment. You got to pay some type of money to be involved on that level. Okay. Currently, as you all see from my background here, this is the RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Now, as you can see, RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting for freight brokerage startups. Better talent, better culture, measurable results. Rebuild your business by building your people. Now, everyone knows that the freight brokerage industry is one of the most profitable and revenue-producing industries on the planet. This is true. Last year, TQL's gross revenue was somewhere in the neighborhood of $13 billion. C.H. Robinson's gross revenue, I believe, was somewhere in the neighborhood of $32 to $33 billion. And that's a B, that's billion with a B. I didn't say million, I said B. Now, this is not uncommon for freight brokerage firms. Okay, you got freight brokerage firms like Landstar. I think they were somewhere close to 8 to 9 billion. You got other freight brokerage firms that are doing 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, and so on and so on. But I mean, just periodically, if you're looking at freight brokerage firms on a whole, if you look at freight brokerage firms that have gotten to the point where they're at least 4 or 5 years old, they're routinely doing 20 million, 40 million, 50 million, 60 million, 100 million, 200, 300, 400, 500 million dollars per year. So this is the nature of freight brokering. Okay. One of the problems that a lot of these freight brokerage firms have is though they have high revenue, but their profit is very low when it comes to the relatively low when it's compared to their revenue. You can look this up. I mean, you can Google it. You can look up the earnings statements for both TQL and C.H. Robinson. You can Google it. TQL, even though they had a gross revenue of around 13 billion, they only profited around 2.6 billion. Now that's a big difference. That's like a lot of their money is going to, I mean, where is it going? It's going to their overhead. And the reason why that is because the way they generally pay their salespeople. Every brokerage firm right now, with the exception of the ones that we run, they pay their brokers and their broker agents anywhere from 50 to 70% of the broker's fee. Okay, 50 to 70%. So on average, 60 to 65% of the broker's fee, their overhead is going towards paying their people. But their people are only averaging, $75,000 to $125,000 a year. So, they have revenue that are in the billions. How come that people can only top out at about a 75 to 100, 150, maybe $175,000 a year? It's because of how they're set up and how they have to work. Okay, the normal freight broker agent has to do pretty much all the work. They have to contact shippers. They have to sell the shipper. They have to negotiate the margin, get the shipper to agree to a margin. Once they get that done, they have to onboard the shipper into their CNTMS system, which means they got to know how to run and operate their CNTMS system, the transportation management system. When they get the shipper uploaded into the CNTMS, when that shipper starts sending over their loads, they got to load those loads up into their TMS system, and then they have to export those loads over to the load boards. Once they have the loads exported over to the load boards, then another part of the job is contacting carrier groups and getting them to onboard with the brokerage firm. And then once the carrier groups are onboarded and carriers start going to the load board and start booking loads, when they call in to the broker has to process the rate cards. And if the carrier is not onboarded, they have to send the carrier the onboarding packet, the carrier broker packet, to get them to sign it. Once that's done, then they prepare the rate cards. Then they have to send out to the carrier or to the carrier's dispatcher. And then the carrier then agrees to the load and they negotiate the rate and whatever the case may be, and they come to an agreement, and then the carrier is now booked on that load. Now they have to track that load because they got a carrier that they booked on the load that is now picking up freight and delivering freight. So they have to track that carrier. When the carrier drops that freight, the carrier sends them the BOL, the bill of lading. That broker agent has to process that bill of lading. Once they get the bill of lading processed, they have to create the invoice to send up to the factoring company, and then the factoring company then pays, and that's when the broker gets paid. Now, that sounds like a lot of work, isn't it? Because it is. But that's what the average broker does with every other brokerage firm in the country, except the ones that we manage. The average broker has to do all of that in order to get paid. Now, and here's the really bad part. They call the shipper, they finally get in touch with someone who can make a decision. They have to sell that shipper. They get them to agree to the margin. They get the loads come over. They import it into the CNTMS. They then forward those loads over to the load boards. Then when they have to get carriers signed up and onboarded with the brokerage firm. Now they can do all of that stuff right there, but if they don't book that load, guess what? They don't get paid. That's the way every other broker, that's the way every brokerage firm does it. So essentially, you have a lot of brokers out there who are doing a lot of work for free. Because you got a lot of them that would do all that prelim work, but then they don't actually book all those loads. Another broker may book that load that they did all that pre-work for and getting the shipper signed on and all that, get them up to the load board and all that other stuff. Another broker may book that load, so that broker gets paid for it. They don't get paid for all that other work that they've done. This is why they can't make more than that $75,000 to that $125,000, maybe $175,000 a year, because they have so much to do and they don't get paid on everything that they do. They only get paid on the end result of them booking a load. So that limits their ability to make more money. As you all will see, the way we are, our positions that we offer for our career positions, you all will see that our corporate salespeople can make a hell of a lot more money and do a hell of a lot less work. Okay, so let me explain to you the different positions that we have available within our companies that we represent. First of all, let me show you all, what we do as corporate sales as a freight broker management firm. What we do is we come in and we actually contract with brokerage firms. This is one of the brokerage firms that we're contracted with, Haul Aboard Logistics. They've contracted us to run their brokerage firm. Okay. They have a brokerage firm that's been in business for about 1.5 years. The owners don't have time to run it themselves. They really don't want to run it themselves. So they have contracted us to come in and run the day-to-day operations of their brokerage firm. Okay. As you all can see here, let me go through their webpage here, give you a little look at their website. And this is a website that we built for them because as part of our contract for running the day-to-day operation of a brokerage firm, we have the option of going in and reviewing their site. And if we choose to revamp or rebuild their site, we will do so. In this case, we felt it necessary to revamp their site. So we rebuilt their site from scratch. So this is their new site that we rebuilt for them. Very nice site. Go to the About Us page. It goes here and tells you about this brokerage firm. It gives you their MC number and DOT number. Of course, if you click on that, it's going to take you over to their information where you can pull up all their legal information as far as their bond and their insurance and everything that you need to see. It also tells you that the headquarters is in Park Avenue in Orange Park, Florida. The owners and principal shareholders are Ms. Foss and Ms. Dawkins. Now, they both have other businesses that they are running that are very successful. They don't have time to run their brokerage firm. So they have contracted us to take care of the day-to-day operations. As you see, this broker firm envisioned and specifically designed to be the world's leading freight logistics facilitator of collaboration between shippers needing to move their cargo and the carriers, trucking companies that have the means to do so, empowering both to fulfill their freight transportation needs while accomplishing their goals. And they're professionally managed by RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. If you scroll down further, you'll see information about us and what we do for brokerage firms that we manage. This one in particular. RBBS LLC has a background in freight brokerage firm operations, auto haul operations, logistics, and freight industry. executive level brokerage firm management, executive recruiting, freight broker training, corporate growth strategies, dynamic compensation stability strategies, executive leadership coaching, sales, marketing, social media marketing strategies, strategic corporate expansion. We serve as corporate management for the day-to-day operations of hauler board logistics, to include the implementation of national recruitment campaigns, training of executives and agents, implementation of performance-based residual compensation, enhancement of revenue, increasing productivity and efficiency. And as you can see here are the locations. They have one location in Orangeport, Florida, and of course they have another location, which is our location here in Tallahassee, Florida. Hauler Board Logistics, there's myself. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Hauler Board Logistics because that's part of the agreement when we come in to take over a firm and run it for them. My VP of Operations is Ms. Jen Williams. She's one of my senior consultants. She's our most senior consultant. And there again is the MC numbers and the names of the owners of the brokerage firm. Okay, so this is what we do when we come in to take over a brokerage firm. We make it successful. Now, you heard me say something about performance-based residual compensation. Okay, that's a concept that we came up with. Okay, yes, there are other companies in other industries that do what's called residual compensation, but we have something uniquely branded called performance-based residual compensation. Because what we do is when we hire, and this is going to get into talking about the career opportunities that we have available. Okay, let's talk about the career opportunities first. These are basically jobs when we are hiring people. Okay, let's go back and let's take a look at some of the jobs that we are offering. And everybody who is hired to work for any of the brokerage firms that we manage, they become members of our official Facebook group, which is RBBS Corporate Sales Team. Okay, are you ready to make 7 figures a year? Because our salespeople are on legitimate, they're on legitimate paths to 7 figures a year. Now remember, this is just job offers. To come work for one of the brokerage firms that we manage, there is no investment involved. There's nothing. These are legitimate, just what they are, job offers. Okay, and let me see if I can find the. I'm trying to find the placement that shows you the different jobs that we have available. I may have to go to a different page here. Let me go to my regular page, and I think I've got it on there. So let me pull up the jobs that we have available, and I can show you there some of the jobs that we do have available. Let me scroll down here because I had it posted on one of my pages here. Give me a minute. All right, here are the 3 positions that we have available for every brokerage firm that we manage and the brokerage firm that we are running the day-to-day operations of. Waiting for it to pick up, and I'll get to the area where it shows you all 3 of these. Here it is right here. All right, these are the positions that we have available. Okay, of course, members of the RBBS corporate sales team are on a legitimate path to 7 figures a year, 7-figure a year incomes as corporate salespeople and processors for freight brokerage firms managed by RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting for freight brokerage startups. Okay, these are the 3 positions that we have available. Okay, we have one position which is called the freight booking agent. Okay, the freight booking agent, professional corporate sales position with a federally bonded freight brokerage firm whose goal is to serve as an intermediary between the shipper who needs to move their cargo and the carrier's trucking company that have the means to do so. Freight booking agents job details. Contract is a contract position. You work remotely. 120,000 to 195,000 first year potential. Okay. As a freight booking agent, you'll be required to attract carriers, trucking companies, securing an agreement for their approval to pick up and deliver freight acquired by the brokerage firm. So, as a freight booking agent, or as we refer to you all as carrier group managers, your only job is to call trucking companies and get trucking companies to agree to onboard with our brokerage firms. That's your only job. Okay? You don't do any processing. You don't deal with any CNTMS. You don't, deal with any of that stuff. You don't put freight on load boards. You don't really even have to, you have nothing to do with load boards. All you do is get the carrier to agree to onboard. Now, once you get a carrier sold and agree to onboard with the company, you simply call our toll-free number and you give the carrier's information to the processor. The processor, who is trained on the CNTMS system, they then take all that information, they put it into the transportation management system, into that software. They're also going to list you as the carrier group manager. And because you are listed as the carrier group manager, whether you sign up a trucking company that has 5 trucks or a trucking company that has 1,000 trucks, every truck that is in that carrier group is going to be part of your carrier group. So any truck that's under that DOT number that runs a load from there on out, for as long as they are contracted with the brokerage firm, any truck that runs a load from our brokerage firm that is within your carrier group, you're going to receive 10 to 20% of the brokerage fee, whether you book the load or not. If you don't book the load and the carrier goes to the load board and finds a load and books that load themselves and never even contact you and tell you anything about it, you're going to get 10% of the brokerage fee. That's called performance-based residual compensation. If you book the load on your carrier group yourself, you're going to get 20% of the brokerage fee. Now, as you all can see, that can become very lucrative. Let's do a little calculator here. Let's say you sign up a trucking company that has 50 trucks, okay? And let's say out of that 50 trucks, you only book 8 loads per day on trucks that are in your carrier. Now, I didn't say you signed up a trucking company that had 500 trucks or 1,000 trucks. I didn't say you had to book 20 loads a day or 50 loads a day. I'm saying if you only book 8 loads a day on trucks within your carrier group from loads that we are getting from the shippers, okay? Now, let's say that we have a very small shipper who's only sending over 100 loads per day. And let's say out of that shipper, you are booking 8 loads per day from that shipper, just 8 loads. Even though we are probably going to be booking about 25% of the loads that we get over from the shipper. So if we've got a shipper that has 1,000 loads, we're probably going to book 250 loads. If we have a shipper that's sending us over 100 loads, we're probably going to book about 25 loads. Well, let's just say you're only booking 8 of those loads. And let's just say the average brokerage fee is just $600. And brokerage fees are derived from a percentage of the what? Load fee. That's called the margin. If we negotiate a margin with a shipper and that margin is 10 to 20%, let's say we're very good at negotiating margin, let's say it's 18%. Okay, and the average load fee, as you all know, load fees can range anywhere from $300, $400, $500 for loads that are running 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 miles, to loads that are running 1,000 to 2,000 miles that are paying $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. And loads that are heavy haul that can be paying as high as $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. If it's a big enough type of transport. So, but let's just say on the average load fee, it's somewhere between $2,500 and $3,500. So you got to average up to $3,000 on your load fee. You got to average $3,000 on your load fee. And that freight acquisition executive on the other sales team has negotiated a 18% margin. That's about $540. So you take that $540 is the brokerage fee. Now remember, out of your 50 trucks, you're only booking 8 loads per day. So, and you're paid 20% if you book those loads yourself onto your carrier group. So if you're booking 8 loads a day yourself, from the loads that we're getting from the shippers, on average, out of the average brokerage fee of $540, that's going to be minus 20%. That's going to give you $108, right? Per brokerage fee. And if you're booking 8 of those per day, that's 108 times 8. It's going to give you $864 a day. 5 days a week, it's going to give you $4,320 per week. 52 weeks in a year, it's going to give you about $224,000 a year on just booking 8 loads a day from a small carrier group, 50 trucks. What happens when you sign up carrier groups that have 500 trucks, 700 trucks, 1,000 trucks? What happens when, and we haven't even talked about the load that your carriers are running that you don't book yourself, because you get 10% of the brokerage fee on those. We're just talking about the carriers that you book the loads for yourself. And we're talking about just 8 per day. You can see how in that position, you're on a legitimate path to 7 figures per year. It truly is a legitimate path to 7 figures a year. The more carriers you on board, the more trucks you have in your carrier group, the more freight that they're going to book from our firm, the more your residual income is going to grow and grow and grow and grow. That's one position. Let's look at the next position, which is freight acquisitions executive. Job details, contract, $140,000 to $265,000 first year on potential. Remote position. All of these positions you work from your home. As a freight acquisition executive, you'll be required to attract new customers, shippers, securing an agreement for the brokerage firm to arrange for the movement of their freight. All leads provided by corporate. Okay? All leads provided by corporate, which means we're going to provide you with all your leads. We also provide you with all your leads on the trucking side, on the carrier group manager side too. So we provide you all your leads. We're going to show you how to, contact all these shippers and all this other stuff. We're going to provide you with all your leads. All you got to do is make phone calls and sell them. So your job as a freight acquisition executive is just to call shippers. That's it. That's all you do. You call shippers. You get the shipper to agree to a margin and to agree to onboard with the brokerage firms that we manage. Okay? Once you get that shipper to agree to onboard, the shipper says, okay, I'm sold. I like what you all are offering. Let's get signed up. You simply make a phone call to the corporate office of the brokerage firm. You hit the shipper onboarding extension, and a processor, here again, picks up the phone, and you relay all that shipper information to the processor. Okay? The shipper's name, number, phone number, email address, their address, what type of shipper they are, approximately how many loads that they're going to be sending over each day, 500 loads, 1,000 loads, 2,000 loads, 3,000 loads, what type of commodity that they have, whether it's drainage, whether it's refrigerated type of freight, whether it's regular, drive-in freight, or whether it's flatbed freight. Let them know that, it may be a lumber company, it may be a frozen food company, or just whatever. You're going to give them all the information. You're going to give them the name of the person you spoke with and their direct contact number, along with their direct email address. That processor is going to put all that into their CNTMS system. They're going to load all that stuff up. They're going to list you as the account manager for that shipper. Okay? That's going to be your account. You're going to be paid 7.25% of the brokerage fee for every load that is booked from your shipper's account, for as long as that shipper is contracted with the brokerage firms that we manage, and for as long as you are employed with that brokerage firm. Let's take a look and see what those numbers come out to be. Now, you don't do any processing, you don't put anything into the system, you don't book any freight, you don't, deal with talking to carriers or any of that. You don't track anything. All you do is just sell shippers. That's all you do. Okay? So with that being said, let's take a look at those numbers. Let's say you sign up a very small shipper, one shipper, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shippers. Let's say you sign up one shipper. Let's say that's the only shipper you sign up that year. Just one shipper. And let's say that one shipper is a very small shipper, a small lumber company, you know, somewhere that's only supplying the brokerage firm with 100 loads per day. Not 1,000, not 800, not 2,000, not 3,000 loads, but just 100 loads per day. And let's just say out of that 100 loads per day, that shipper, out of that 100 loads a day, the brokerage firm is only booking 25% of those loads, not 50%, not 100%, just 25% of those loads. That's going to make it 25 loads per day. Now remember, we're going to deal with the same small brokerage fee. We're not going to do anything different. We're going to deal with it. We're going to say we're dealing with the same small brokerage fee, $545. So let's say the average brokerage fee is $545, right? And you're being paid 7.25% of the brokerage fee. So that minus 7.25%. That's $39.50 per load per brokerage fee. But the brokerage firm is booking on average 25% of those loads that are coming from that, just the 100 loads that are being sent over by that one small shipper. So that $39.51 times 25 loads per day on average. That's going to give you $987.75 per day on average. Times 5 days a week, we're going to give you $4,938 per week on average. Times 52 weeks in a year, it's going to give you $256,815 on average per year. That you only had to do the work for just once. You're not like the other freight broker agencies working for all these other freight brokerage firms that's got to repeatedly book freight in order to make money, the same money. You don't have to do that. You do the job once, and you get paid that money over and over again, residual. And the more shippers you add to it, guess what? The more your money, your residual income goes up. If you sign up a shipper that's sending you over 500 loads and we're booking 25%, that gives you 5 times more money. If you sign up a shipper that has 1,000 loads or 2,000 loads, or if you just sign up 4 or 5 shippers that are sending you over a couple hundred loads per day each, you're where? You're at 7 figures a year. That's where you are. Because remember, I said every one of these positions is a legitimate path to 7 figures per year. Every one of them. It's not something that's a far-fetched number that's out there that our salespeople cannot attain. Because of the strategy and how we are set up, we make it very, very capable for them to achieve 7 figures a year. Okay? Now, we said there were 3 positions. We talked about the first 2, freight acquisitions and the carrier group managers. Let's look at the 3rd position. And let's see if that also is on a path to a legitimate path to 7 figures a year. That 3rd position is going to be a processor, brokerage operations processor. Job details, contract, average 115,000 to 185,000 first year earning potential. Remote position, here again. As a processor, you'll be responsible for receiving and processing onboarding information from both shippers and carriers, as well as the day-to-day support functions using a CNTMS transportation management system software. So, as a processor, your only job is to do data input. That's it. That's basically it. You're in a support position. You're not a salesperson. And there are plenty of people out there that want to make great money, but they're not salespeople. They're just not comfortable selling. So we have that position. Well, all you do is you get familiar with the CNTMS. Okay, we have immediate openings for this position right now in both brokerage firms. Where if you are knowledgeable with a CNTMS, the transportation management system, you can come into our firms right now and start processing and making serious money. Because here is how you are paid. Remember, we said all 3 positions is a path, is a legitimate path to 7 figures a year, all 3 positions. So with that being said, this is how the processors get paid. If you pick up the phone and the freight acquisition executive has called you up and say, hey, I have a shipper who's ready to onboard. You process that shipper into the CNTMS. You list that salesperson as the account manager so they can get their 7.25% for every load that's booked from their shipper account. You're also going to list yourself as the processor for that shipper because you are the person that inputted the information in for that shipper. So that means every load that gets booked from that shipper, you're going to receive, on average, 1.5%, or let's say 3%, because you're also going to get the same amount when you process in a carrier group. So when you process in, when a carrier group manager calls you up and says, hey, I have a trucking company that's ready to onboard, and you are the one that's processing that information into the CNTMS, you're going to enter that carrier group manager as the carrier group manager for that trucking company. So that person can get paid their 10 to 20% every time a truck from their carrier group runs a load from the freight side. So you got 7.25% that's going to the freight acquisition executive. You got 10 to 20% that's going to the carrier group manager, and you're putting yourself in because you're the ones who's doing the actual processing for that one, loading everything in. You're gonna list yourself as the processor for the carrier group also too. So you got 1.5% from one side, 1.5% from the other side, which gives you a total of 3%. So now you're gonna get 3% of the brokerage fee from every load that's booked that you process, either the shipper or the carrier group in to the CNTMS. Whether you book the actual freight on the end result, it's neither here nor there. But because you actually process those in, you're going to get your 3% no matter where the freight gets booked from or how it gets booked. So now, let's take those same numbers. Let's say you're a processor and you booked in, you onboarded the shipper that has only sending in 100 loads, and you onboard these carriers that's only has 50 trucks, whatever the case may be. Let's say that you are, remember we said that the brokerage firm on average books 25 loads a day. So let's say that you are a processor and 25 of your loads get booked each day. Same numbers. We're not going up in the higher end, the lower, anything like that. Let's say as a processor, the loads that the shippers that you onboarded into the CNTMS and the trucking companies that you onboarded into the CNTMS gives you 25, just 25 loads a day being booked. And we're not talking about a whole bunch of people. We're talking about just on a small scale. So if you're getting, and we're using the same $545 fee, the same average broker fee. Some broker fees are going to be higher, some are going to be a little bit less, but we're going to say the average is $545. Not a $2,000 broker fee like most of y'all think brokers make. Okay, we're going to say just $545 on the brokerage fee. So you take that, 3%, doesn't look like much, $16.35 per brokerage fee. But remember, you're averaging 25 loads being booked per day from what you process. So 15.35 times 25, on average, $383 a day and 75 cents. That times 5 days a week gives you $1,918.75. That's not bad money a week for just doing paperwork. You don't have to sell anything. All you're doing is you're filling a support position. And your income is going to grow by the number of people or shippers you process in and the number of trucking companies you process in. So as the company grows, guess what? So does your residual income. Because remember, this is residual. This is residual income. You're going to get this money, whether or not you do any of the load bookings or not. You know, that's going to get done by whoever. You may do some load bookings, another processor may do some load bookings, but you're going to get paid on all the freight from the shipper that you onboard. You're going to get paid from all the trucks that run loads from the trucking companies that you put into the CNTMS, that you onboard. So that times 52 weeks in a year, just on that little small number, you're knocking at the door of $100,000 a year. And as you are adding more and more and more, you are also on a legitimate path to where? 7 figures a year. Because remember, this is just on 25 loads being booked from, what happens when you get to 50 loads being booked? 100 loads being booked a day, or whatever the case may be. Every position within our structure places you on a legitimate path to 7 figures a year. Okay? It's not hype. It's not, conjecture. It's not, fantasy. These are real numbers. There's a reason why math is the universal language, because it is the only verifiable 100% truth all the time. Okay, so there you have it. That is the career opportunities that we offer. Now, if you want a job working for one of the brokerage firms that we manage, simply send over your resume or your letter of interest to training@RBBSLLC.org. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull up the, there it is. No, there it is right here. There is the email address. Forward your resume or letters of interest to training@RBBSLLC.org. Okay. Let me check my YouTube channel to see if we got any questions here real quick before I move on. Terry X says testing. Okay, I see you, Terry X. As long as you don't start posting crazy stuff in my chat, you can stay in. If you start posting crazy stuff, you're gonna get kicked out. All right. So training@RBBSLLC.org is where you send over. Post this on YouTube so people can get that. Training@RBBSLLC.org is where you are going to send your resumes or your letters of interest. You're going to send them there to training@RBBSLLC.org. Now, we've talked and covered the career opportunity part of what we do. Now, let's talk about the business opportunity side. Remember, the difference between a career opportunity and a business opportunity is the business opportunity requires what? Skin in the game. But remember, with any business opportunity, you have the potential to do 10 times what you do in a career opportunity. So, yes, Tara, I see that you were making sure that the chat was open. Yeah, the chat is open, but if we start getting people that's putting crazy stuff in the chat, we're going to shut it down. Okay. All right. So let's look at now the business opportunity of what we do. We talked about the career opportunity. We talked about the 2 companies that we have under contract. Well, we talked about one. This is Haul Aboard on Logistics, which is one company that we have under contract. The other company that we have under contract that we manage for is Spirits on Logistics. Those are the 2 companies that we currently have under contract. Okay, that we currently are hiring for, that we currently are placing you all in positions to work for. Both companies have the same exact compensation plan because both companies are managed by our consulting firm. Okay, we are managing the day-to-day operations of Haul Aboard, and over on Spirit, we manage the sales division. We are in charge of recruitment, hiring, and training. But we also revamp the compensation packages for both companies. And both companies are hiring the way we hire. The structure is the same way. 3 salespeople doing one job instead of one salesperson doing all 3 jobs, like everybody else is doing, and not getting paid enough for it. Okay? All right. So now let's cover what we have for the opportunity side. Now, on the opportunity side, you have a chance to make money in a couple of ways on our opportunity side. Our opportunity side, first of all, consists of trademarks, of you becoming a trademark owner of our parent company, which is the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. And the way that we have structured our trademark, we made it very simple and easy. Now, we have a free opportunity, okay? In the free opportunity, you can sign up for our free affiliate link. Now, this is right here, our free affiliate link, as you can see right here. We have a free affiliate link. This is our OSI affiliate back office. Under our free affiliate link, as you can see here, you are, let me pull this up because I'm in my back office here showing y'all what these different things are. Under our free affiliate link, you are able to earn a commission of 8% of everything your affiliate link produces from our website. Now, we are a logistics learning center. Let me go and show you what we have in our logistics learning center. This is our main corporate website, RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. Okay, RBBS Corporate Consulting is a division of the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. The RBBS Logistics Learning Center is the actual freight brokerage school located here in Tallahassee, Florida. We've been in business since 2017. Well, 2018 is when we started actually doing the actual training courses. From the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, we offer several different types of courses that people can take. We have a freight broker starter kit, okay, which basically shows you everything on what it takes to become a freight broker, okay? So you know what's what in before you get involved into freight broker. And that is an ebook for $29.95. We have a lot of people who order that ebook. A lot of people who order that ebook. Just to give you a quick view of it. Pull it up here real quick. All right, as you see the freight broker starter kit, it says know what you're getting into. If you're considering starting your own freight brokerage, it's essential to start with a firm understanding of the industry as well as nitty-gritty of registration, licensing, and budgeting, etc. That's why this ebook is a great place to start. It's designed to give you all the tools necessary to decide if brokering freight is the right business for you, plus a complete guide on how to succeed. Okay, and it is a downloadable ebook. It's only $29.95. We get a ton of people who order that ebook. A ton of people who order that ebook. Okay, I think I processed about 50 orders just over the weekend. So we have a lot of people out there interested in freight brokering, and they want to know what it's all about, or what's included, or what do they have to pay for, or what they need, the different types of bonds and everything, where to go about getting all that stuff. All that is included in that ebook. Okay, we do a lot of sales from that ebook. We also have a veterans individual platform enrollment. Now, this is an enrollment for those people who want to know how to run their own dispatch firm. Under this type of platform, it is $249.95, and it's $29.95 per month plus tax to access all their back office tools, resources, training, and support. Here's what they get. Description of training. Training in the convenience of your home. Our online platform will train you to earn 100K plus from home, dispatching freight, and provide the online network tools, resources, and training to ensure your success. You get access to more than 100 load books, access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos, access to more than 19 million direct shippers, access to every registered owner operator in the United States, access to live training, access to our logistics library, access to our network of 2,967 industry professionals. $29.95 monthly subscription will begin 30 days from enrollment date. The Veterans Monthly subscription, be sure to check your receipt for orientation instructions. Now, you get all this access, and it actually saves someone who is entering into the industry of dispatching, starting their own dispatch firm. Our platform actually saves them about $200 to $400 per month. Why? Because they don't have to pay that average of $39 to what? $149 for each load board. And they're going to need at least 4 or 5 load boards in order to keep their carriage running consistently. By joining our platform, because we have what's called group access, pay a higher monthly fee for the load board that gives us group access, so we can have 200 to 300 people logged on at the same time under one login. Okay, so with that, they're able to save tons of money on what they need to run their dispatch firm. On top of that, we have live training. and all that type of stuff that we just showed you all that you have here. Every Thursday night, we have live training for our dispatch network people from 7 p.m. to 9 via Zoom. And they get access to more than 800 operational training videos. Each of those videos at least 2 to 3 hours long. That's a lot of hours of operational training video on top of the live training. Okay, so this is a very popular enrollment for people who have served in the military, and we get quite a few of these enrollments. To give you some idea, in just 3 years, in just 3 years, okay, in doing just the individual veterans enrollment, the individual platform enrollment, and the corporate enrollments, just these 4 alone, I grossed over $700,000 in 3 years from just the people enrolling in these 4 programs. Over $700,000 in 3 years. Now, the individual enrollment is those individuals who are not veterans. It's the same platform, but it's $349.95 plus tax. And the monthly subscription is $39.95 plus tax. We also have corporate enrollment 1.0, which is $699.95 plus tax. Corporate enrollment allows a person to enroll themselves and up to 10 additional agents. This is for someone who has who's already grown their dispatch firm, and they have other people who are working in the dispatch firm, and they don't want to train them, so we train them for them. And this $699.95 covers all 11 of you, and your monthly subscription on this is just $99.95 per month, and that covers all 11 of you. You all get the same access to more than 100 logos, access to more than $140,000 of operating stranded videos, access to more than 19 million direct shipping, access to every registered owner operator in the United States, access to live training, access to our logistics library, and access to our network of more than 2,967 industry professionals. So that $99.95 covers all 11 of you and your people who are part of your company. So it's a huge savings by doing it this way if you have a group of people who want to enroll under your company, okay? And of course, we have corporate enrollment 2.0, which allows you to enroll up to 20 additional people, okay? And yourself. So that covers 21 of you. And here again, same access, but it's for all 21 of you. It is $999.95 on your enrollment. That covers all 21 of you. And it's $199.95 per month. That covers all 21 of you. We also have corporate enrollment unlimited, which is not listed here, but I'm going to have it listed here before the end of the day. We have corporate enrollment unlimited, which a person can pay $2,499.95, and it literally it covers an unlimited number of employees that you have in your dispatch firm. So if you've got 100 employees and you want to have all of them take our training, you opt for the corporate enrollment unlimited, $999.95. It's a huge savings. And your monthly subscription fee is $299.95. Huge monthly savings to cover an unlimited number of salespeople or freight broker or freight dispatch agents. And we have our freight broker agent training with guaranteed career placement. Okay, now this is our premier and our main training course. With this course, a 2-week in-depth freight brokerage training course offered online by live instructors from the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, an actual freight logistics private vocational school in Tallahassee, Florida, with guaranteed career placement offers from federally bonded and insured freight brokerage firms, and after successful completion. $1,850 is the tuition. Next course begins 2/6/2023. Okay, and you can pick, and they can choose which course dates that they want to choose, and they can also pay for this through a firm. A firm is also available on all the other stuff except for the ebook, which is only $29.95. But a firm offers people the ability to pay monthly. As you can see here, they can pay that $1,850 monthly, $116 per month. But once a firm approves them, they actually send us the money for the entire amount. Then they collect that over a monthly period. Okay? And that's going to be important when I explain to you the opportunity that we have here for you. Okay? All right. So that's that one. And of course, we have one for dispatchers as well. Freight dispatch agent training with guaranteed career placement. Same cost, $1,850. Now, also guaranteed career placement. Pretty much the same type of program, just different type of curriculum. Okay, 2 weeks, different curriculum. Okay, same thing. All right, and also can be paid for through a firm as low as $116 per month with a firm. Okay. All right, so that's what we offer through our vocational school. Now, here is the business opportunity on that. Remember, you can sign up for a free affiliate link, right? And that free affiliate link is going to give you 120 days tracking. So when you share that link, it's going to basically give them, that link is going to take them to this website. It's going to take them to our website, our main website, our homepage, our main website. When they come to this website, right, through your link, it's going to imprint a 120-day tracking code on it. So that means if a person comes to this website and anything that they sign up for or purchase through this website, you're going to get 8% of whatever they purchase, whatever the purchase price is. That's the free opportunity. That's the free affiliate trademark opportunity. Okay? You're going to get 8% of whatever they purchase. Okay? If they purchase the ebook, you get 8% of that, $29.95. They purchase the dispatcher or the 2-week freight broker course, you're going to get 8% of $1,850. Okay, if they purchase corporate enrollments, including the one that I haven't put up there yet, I'm going to put it up there today, which is $2,499.95. You get 8% of that. Okay, that's still very lucrative. Now that's the free opportunity. Anybody, if you want to sign up for that, I'm going to provide the link for you to go and sign up for it. You just sign up for it and you fill out the information, you get your link, and you have your own back office site on our OSI affiliate site where you can track all of your sales and all of your tracking information. Okay. Now, the other ones that we have, now remember the free one gives you 8%. We have a trademark 60, which gives you 60% of the sale. All right. Now, in order to get the trademark 60, that is going to cost you $1,500. That's $1,500 in order to get the trademark 60. It is $1,500 for the trademark 60. You get a higher percentage of what we are offering on our websites. Okay. Also, with the trademark, you get also with the trademark 60. All right. One of the other things you get with the trademark 60, other than 60% of everything that your trademark or that your affiliate link produces from our website, you also get to become the option of being a consultant with our consulting firm. Because remember, we talked about our consulting firm where we manage freight brokerage firms. Now, remember we talked about how each of the positions within the brokerage firm that we hire gets paid? Well, guess what? The consultants that we bring on, these are the people that we put in over these brokerage firms to manage those brokerage firms. And as a consultant with the brokerage firm, you are paid 2.25% of everything that brokerage firm produces. The brokerage firm that you are managing, okay? The brokerage firm that you are managing, you get paid 2.25% of everything the brokerage firm you manage produces. And we only do 10-year contracts. So this is long-term income. And as that brokerage firm grows and getting more and more shipping, booking more and more freight, your income grows and grows and grows and grows. And it doesn't stop there. It does not stop there. As a consultant within our consulting firm, we're going to train you by allowing you to go in and do work for the freight brokerage firms. Now, the individuals that we hire for these freight brokerage firms, they can only do one job or the other. They can't do all three jobs. They can only do one of these jobs. Freight acquisition executive, processing, or the freight booking agent. They can't do all three. But as a consultant, because you're put in there to learn all the positions, so you can know how to manage your freight brokerage firm when we get a freight brokerage firm, another freight brokerage firm that contracts, and we place you in charge of managing that freight brokerage firm to get your 2.25% from that freight brokerage firm. While you are learning the positions, you are actually able to work all three of these positions, and you're able to get compensated the compensation plan for all three of them. So that means you can actually sign up, get a shipper to agree to onboard, and get your 7.25% every time that shipper's loads get booked from your shipper account. You can also sign up a carrier group, a trucking company, and get your 10 to 20% every time a trucking company, a truck from that trucking company that you onboarded runs loads. You also get to do the processing side. So when you process shippers in, and when you process carriers in, guess what? You get that 3%. So you'll wind up essentially getting all three commissions while you are learning the process of managing these firms. So let's look at that same $545 on that brokerage fee, right? And you're getting what? You're going to get a total of, you're getting 7.25% for the shippers you get to agree to onboard. Plus, you're getting up to 20% for the carrier groups that you're onboarding, the trucking companies that you get to onboard. Plus, you get 3% for the processing side when you process these shippers and carriers in. So you get a total of 30.25% of what? Brokerage fee. So that brokerage fee is $545 minus 30.25%. So you're getting $164.86 on each brokerage fee. Now let's keep it small again. We'll use the same 25 loads book on average per day. And we're saying this is from one shipper. We're not talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shippers. We're talking about one shipper, still over 100 loads, still booking just 25% of the loads a day. So you got that 164, let's say 165. Let's say, well, let's call it what it is. 164.86 times on average 25 loads a day. That's right. That's $4,121.50 per day. Per day. See, remember I said the opportunity gives you the potential to make 10 times more money than the what? The career. There's a difference between a job and an opportunity. Opportunity requires skin in the game. But because you have skin in the game, you have a much quicker path to 7 figures a year. That times 5 days a week, $20,000, $607 per week. Yes, that is correct math. That times 52 weeks in a year, there's your $1 million a year. As a consultant with our firm, there's your $1 million a year. Okay. Now that is for the business opportunity. And remember, you're also getting what? 60% of everything your affiliate link produces from what? Our vocational school. Now, the other trademarks, we also have what's called a trademark 80. If you haven't noticed by now, the number at the end of the trademark indicates what? The percentage you get from our vocational school, anything that people enroll in from our vocational school. So your trademark 80, right, is $2,500. That's what it costs to get your trademark 80, get your affiliate link that's going to pay you 80% of what's produced from our vocational school by your affiliate link. You get 80% of everything that's here. It was $1,800.50 on this right here. If it's $995.95 on that, you get 80% of all these amounts. Okay? Go back, go back, go back. So you're going to get 80%. Now, as the 80% I'm affiliate and trademark owner, you get to be what's called a senior consultant. We currently have 4 senior consultants. Well, 3. We have Ms. Jen Williams, we have Ms. Angela Rozier, we have Ms. Sharita Hyatt. We have 1 more senior consultant. Okay. As a senior consultant, you get 2.5% of the brokerage fee from the firms that you are managing. You also get to do what? In your training phase, you get to work within the brokerage firms that we are managing, and you get to do all 3 positions. On top of that, you have the option of recruiting and bringing in your own what? Junior consultants. And you are responsible for their training. So they're going to shadow you like you shadow us in these brokerage firms. And then when they get their brokerage firm to manage, you get a 1% of the brokerage fee from the brokerage firms that they are managing. So you get an override. And you can bring in and train as many junior consultants as you can bring in. Okay? So as you all can see, there is clearly an easy, legitimate path to 7 figures a year through the opportunity side, much faster than it is on the career side, because the opportunity requires you to do what? Have skin in the game. Okay? We have 2 more on the opportunity side. We have a trademark 90, which is a $5,000 trademark. That gives you, obviously, 90% of everything that is earned from where? Our vocational school site. You get 90%. So anybody that clicks on your link and goes here and purchases anything within our site, you get 90% of it. You also still get to be a what? Senior consultant within our consulting firm, and you still get the 1% override. There's nothing changes on that. Senior consultant, you're still going to be a senior consultant. You get 90% on your vocational school. Okay, stuff that's here. And then on any of the enrollments that's listed on our vocational school site. Okay, and that is a $5,000 investment to be at the 90% level. We also have a 95% level, which is a $10,000 level. $10,000, you get 95% of everything the vocational school produces from your link, from your affiliate link. And with affiliate links, all you really got to do is just get your affiliate link and you share it on social media, you share it on Facebook, you share it on LinkedIn, you share it on Instagram, you share it on Twitter. Just share it like crazy. Share it in all the groups, and that's how I made over $700,000 in 3 years from just the vocational school material that we offer. So there you have it. Those are the opportunities and the careers that we have, that we offer through RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. Okay? So there you have it. Those are the opportunities and those are the careers that we offer through RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. no matter which path you decide to go under. If you need a job and you want a legitimate path to 7 figures a year, we provide that. If you're looking for a great opportunity that's going to get you to 7 figures per year a lot quicker, we definitely have that as well. Because as we are growing as a firm, we're going to need more and more consultants to manage these firms. Okay? And the firms that we take over, the firms that we are managing, this is one of the services that we provide. We come in and we build them a very, 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 very good website. A very good website. Okay. The firms that we contract, the contract was for 10 years. We don't have any short-term contracts. All our contracts are for 10 years, and they're renewable after 10 years if they are satisfied with our management of their firms. Okay. So, and another good thing about this is we're the only freight brokerage management firm in the industry. No one else is doing this. We're the first. We started it. We thought it. We created it. We created this niche. We created this niche. And how many freight brokerage firms out there need this type of service? How many people out there who have started freight brokerage firms and they are not producing? Because either they don't have the time or the know-how to make their firms profitable. When they can just contract us to come in, revamp their firm, run their firm, make them money, they can go sit on the beach somewhere and just collect their dividends. Now, if you all are probably saying, well, Calvin, you paid out a lot of money to your salespeople, but remember, the average freight brokerage firm is paying what? 60 to 70% of their brokerage fee out. That's why TQL grossed $13 billion in revenue, but only profited $2.6 billion. But they gave up close to 70% of their revenue to their salespeople. They have 9,000 salespeople. Matter of fact, I think they just fired like 3,000 salespeople because they overhired with the COVID thing. And they just fired 3,000 salespeople, and now those salespeople are upset because they're all signed under non-compete, non-disclosure, no agreements. They can't go work for any other brokerage firm. That's a shame because they could come work for us. But you don't have to come work for us. We have an offer out right now. But any freight broker or freight broker agent who has a book of business, just bring your book of business to us. Just convince your book of business to onboard with our brokerage firm, and we'll pay you what? Residual income for every load that's booked from the brokerage firm that you got to sign on with our firm. Okay? Now, let's address what some people are probably saying. Well, how your freight brokerage firm are making money if your people are all making $1 million a year and and stuff. This that. Here's how. Because remember, every other freight broker firm out there is paying their freight broker agents what? The brokers and the agents what? 60 to 70% of the brokerage fee. Because they got to do so much work. 60 to 7%. 60 to 70%. Remember that number. Now, remember, what are our brokerage firms paying their employees? Well, and because it's all performance-based residual income, right? Performance-based residual income is not going to cost the brokerage firm a whole bunch of money, but they can make a whole lot more money than the average freight broker agents can. Here's the reason why. 7.25% goes to the freight acquisition executive, right? Plus 20% max goes to who? The carrier group manager. Plus 3% goes to the processor. That's 30.25%. That's a big difference between that and what? 70%. So that means the brokerage firms that we manage, they're paying all their people 30.25% versus other freight brokerage firms are paying their freight broker agents on average 70%. So the freight brokerage firm that we manage can retain more of their revenue, almost twice as much more of their revenue, while their people are making residual income and working 10 times, doing 10 times less work, which means they can concentrate and focus on becoming great at just what they do. Become great at selling shippers, become great at selling trucking companies, become great at processing, using the TMS system. They don't have to worry about trying to do all that stuff and only get paid when they book a load. They just perform their tasks and they get paid from their fruits, from the fruits of their labor over and over and over again by doing it just one time. That's the beauty. That is the beauty and the genius of performance-based residual compensation. Okay, so there you have it. That's our presentation. That's it. In the finished version of this, I'm going to have right underneath on the YouTube channel, you all are going to be able to see, you come down here and you click down here where it says show more, that type of stuff. I have this upgraded and have all the links in there to sign up for your trademarks and things of that nature. Now, you won't be able to sign up from the trademarks that are the paid trademarks from the link. I'm only going to put the free trademark link in there. If you want to opt for the higher paying commissions on the trademarks, and if you want to be a consultant within our firm and do the $1,500 trademark level, which is 60%, and the 80%, which is $2,500, and the 90%, which is $5,000, and the 95%, you can contact me by email, or you can give me a phone call at 866-973-6445, extension 1. The email address again is training@RBBSLLC.org. The other email address that I'm going to have in here for you all is calvin.butler@makingwealthreal.org. I'm going to put it here on YouTube for you. The 2 email addresses where you can contact me if you're interested in doing the paid trademarks. If you're interested in getting the paid trademarks, I'm going to put those email addresses. If you're interested in just a job, either a processing position or the sales position, send me an email with your letter of interest or your resume to training@RBBSLLC.org. Letter of interest or resume to training@RBBSLLC.org. Okay, and for the trademark, for the paid trademarks, put those in. You're going to send to I'm typing it in now, calvin.butler at makingwealthreal.org. You can send, if you want to do the paid trademarks, you send it there, or you can also send your email entitled paid trademark to training@RBBS LLC.org. But if you're going to send it over there, make sure you put in your email heading in the subject matter, put paid trademark and put which trademark you're wanting to get. Whether you want to get the 80%, you want to get the 60%, the 80%, 90%, or the 95%. Okay. Yeah, we do training all the time. We provide training for all of our salespeople. That's why we have our sales training group on Facebook. We provide training for all the companies, the managers of the freight brokerage firms, the consultants that we have in place to manage freight brokerage firms. They conduct training every week. 1 week is training for the shipper salespeople. The next week is training for the trucking or the trucking company salespeople. And a CNTMS does weekly training for our processors. Okay, so if you're in the processing position, a CNTMS or InMotion Global, they have weekly training that we schedule you all for to be in those weekly training sessions, and they have a entire YouTube channel with all of their training videos on their YouTube channel. Look for InMotion Global, a CNTMS on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel, and you can look up you see all their training videos, but they have live training via Zoom via some type of teleconference every week. Okay, so we provide training for all of our salespeople, continuous training for all of our salespeople. All right. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah. Also, you can send paid trademarks, subject paid trademarks to training at RBBS LLC.org. Okay. So in the subject line, put subject line, subject paid trademarks. Okay. And if you're just looking for a job, also send over your resume and your letter or your letter of interest to training at RBBSLLC.org. All right. I thank you all. I appreciate you all taking this time to stick with me during the middle of the day. I know a lot of you have jobs and stuff like that, and you're probably sneaking on your phones, at your desk, trying to hide from your boss. Oh, hold on, trying to see if I can, make more money than I make here at my job. I'm gonna get caught. So I appreciate that, and I understand the type of trouble you all are going through trying to make that happen. I myself, I don't have to worry about that. I have not worked at JOB since I left the shelter. Okay, because I started my first business from the shelter. People thought I was crazy when I told them I was starting the business from the shelter. 18 months later, that same business that I started from the shelter enabled me to buy my first home and 3 rental properties. So there you have it. There you have it. So hey, where you want to be in life or what you accomplish in life is really just a mindset. It really is. It really is just a mindset. So I hope you all have enjoyed my little broadcast for today. Hope you got a lot out of it. Hope you found this very interesting. And I hope this can help you all to make a decision to come over and work for either these brokerage firms or take part in this opportunity that we have for all of you all. And I hope you all have a very, very, very prosperous, like we're going to do, have a very prosperous 2023. Bye, everybody. See y'all next time.